Alright, we're troubleshooting this coolant temperature sensor. As you can see right now on the data logger, it's showing 25 degrees. While the shop is air conditioned, it is not quite 25 degrees. So the first thing we're going to do is just go ahead and unplug the sensor and see what the data logger shows. Alright, grab these. Take a look at that temp. Negative 39.25. Now that's good, but that's not great. It should read negative 40. So now we have to move on. Alright, so once we unplugged it, we see that the data logger did show a negative 39.25 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and check a little bit further and make sure that we've got the 5-volt reference on the reference side. And we do have 5 volts. Now go ahead and probe the ground wire and let's see what the ground side looks like. And that looks good as well. So let's proceed. Got the sensor plugged back in. The data logger is showing 25 degrees. Again, that is incorrect. So we are going to find out what voltage the computer is seeing based on the resistance of the sensor. So we have the sensor wire and the ground wire back probed, and we are going to check the voltage on the sensor wire first. And we have what? 2.09. And according to the chart, the computer should be spitting out about 70 some odd degrees, which would be correct. But it is not. So, now let's check the ground side by giving it a solid ground straight to the negative post of the battery. And all we see is pretty much the same thing. So that eliminates the ground side. Go ahead and take that jumper wire off the ground side and clip it to the yellow T-pin. Now we're going to pull it all the way down to 0 volts, and at this point the computer should be showing very hot, 266 degrees. But as you can see, it is not. It's 151 degrees. That is not hot enough. The computer can no longer determine the temperature. Alright, now the part that we're not showing you is that we repeated that same test at the computer where we pulled the 5-volt reference straight to ground, and the computer again only showed 151 degrees. Again, not anywhere near hot enough. It's not even hot enough to turn on the damn cooling fan. The other part we did not show you is that we did ohm out the sensor itself, and the 2600 ohms was right in range for 70 some odd degrees. So again, sensor's fine, wiring's fine. It's the ECM is just no longer capable of determining the correct temperature for whatever reason. And let's face it, it's not like an old GM computer that's never gone bad before. It does happen. One final note before we put this to bed. We will do a power and ground check at the ECM before we order a new one, just to be absolutely sure. It's only $100, but still, don't want to make the wrong call.